A store robbery has Bibb County deputies now looking for this man. What they say happened when he walked into a Macon GameStop and how you can help investigators find him.
And a Macon nonprofit now has extra money to help it recover from the pandemic. The grant the Arts Alliance got and how they'll use the funding.
The Boys and Girls Club of Central Georgia named one Macon student the Youth of the Year. I'm going to tell you why she says it's a full circle moment.
Well, good Wednesday morning. You're taking a live look over a beautiful downtown Macon. The time is now 6:30 a.m. Go ahead, give yourself a pat on the back. You've made it halfway through the work week on this February the 9th. I'm Wanye Reese.
And I'm Caitlin Heck. And if you're feeling a little sluggish this morning, don't you worry. You walk outside and those temperatures will put some pep in your step for sure, Courtney.
That's right. Yeah, it will most definitely wake you up this morning. It is actually below freezing in a lot of spots, including here in downtown Macon. You're looking live on top of Atrium Health Navicent. The best way to put it, we're halfway through the work week, and as we like to say, you only have to wake up 2 more times early to an alarm clock before the weekend is here. Unless you have a dog, then I guess you don't really have a choice because they'll wake you up early no matter what. 30 in Warner Robins, 29 in Gordon and in Forsyth. We're at 32 in Butler and in Unadilla, 32 in Dublin and 28 in Sandersville. So upper 20s and low 30s area-wide to kick off the day. We're anywhere between, it looks like 8 to 13 degrees cooler than this time yesterday, and that's thanks to our lack of cloud cover. You walk out the door this morning and look up, you're going to see lots of stars. It's going to be a beautiful but very cold start. Now also, you're going to have frost on your windshield, just something to keep in mind. Through lunchtime, we'll head into the mid-50s, and then this afternoon, we'll top out in the low 60s. It's going to be a beautiful day. Now, our mornings will stay cold, but our afternoons are going to gradually get warmer all the way through Saturday. I'll talk about how warm we'll be, and then when a rain chance could return to the forecast. All of those details are in my full forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Courtney. 3 cases in Houston County now have answers, all with the same exact suspect.
And that includes a dollar store robbery and deadly shooting, a bank robbery and shooting, and a house break-in. Investigators arrested 30-year-old Victor Denard Monday night on Watson Boulevard. His charges range from murder to aggravated assault to home invasion. He's being held without bond in the Houston County Jail.
The robbery and shooting at the bank happened in November, minutes after a home invasion on West Imperial Circle in Warner Robins. Police say a man fitting the same description as the alleged home invader walked into the Robins Financial Credit Union on North Houston Road and demanded money. As he tried to jump the counter, the gun went off, hitting a teller.
The store robbery and shooting happened last month at the J&J Dollar Store. Witnesses told Houston County deputies 3 men with guns went into the store and began robbing people. During that robbery, one of the men shot 43-year-old Sabrina Dollar, killing her. All right, now Bibb County deputies are looking for this man after an armed robbery at a Macon GameStop. Take a look at your screen. The sheriff's office says it happened at the one on Gray Highway just after 8 last night. Deputies say a man with a gun went into the store, jumped over the counter, and demanded money from the registers. He ran away after getting cash. No one got hurt. But if you have any information, you can call Macon Regional Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-877-68-CRIME. Again, 1-877-68-CRIME.
Let's get you to some news happening across the state. A kidnapping victim and a Banks County Sheriff's deputy are both recovering after a shooting yesterday. The GBI says around 2 yesterday morning, deputies were on patrol when they noticed a suspicious car in the parking lot of a Super 8 motel. A man and a woman were asleep in the back seat. After checking the license plate, deputies found that the car's owner, 32-year-old Robert Brody, was wanted for kidnapping out of North Carolina. Deputies tried to wake the two up. The GBI says that's when Brody pulled out a gun and shot the woman. He and the 2 deputies then fired at each other. One of the deputies and Brody got shot. Charges are pending against the 32-year-old.
There is another push to lift Victor Hill's suspension and reinstate him as Clayton County Sheriff. Hill's attorneys filed a new appeal. It claims the law says that if a suspended official is not tried at the first term of court, they are to be reinstated in office. The attorneys say they're filing the appeal because the Fulton County judge that was assigned to hear the case said she didn't think she had the authority to make the decision to reinstate him. Hill's last push to be put back in office was denied back in December. Governor Brian Kemp suspended Hill last June after his indictment on federal charges of allegedly violating the civil rights of several Clayton County jail inmates. Hill's pleaded not guilty to those charges. 17 more potential jurors will move on to the next round of questioning in the federal hate crimes trial related to Ahmaud Arbery's death. It comes after the second day of jury selection yesterday. 47 have now qualified to move on. The judge wants 50 to 60 potential jurors to choose the final panel of 12 and 4 alternates from. The federal hate crimes indictment alleges father and son Gregory and Travis McMichael, along with William Roddy Bryan, chased and killed Arbery because he was black.
The head of Georgia's highest court says virtual court hearings during the COVID-19 pandemic saved time and money, and they will continue to do so after the pandemic ends. The state Supreme Court chief made the comments during yesterday's State of Judiciary address at the Georgia Capitol. He also said state courts face a huge backlog of cases as a result of the pandemic. To help address the problem, the state will use more than $100 million in federal funds to expand capacity. Well, theaters and nonprofit organizations across the state will now get help to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. Georgia's U.S. Senators Raphael, Warnock, and John Ossoff secured $900,000 of American Rescue Plan money to make it happen. One of those nonprofits is the Macon Arts Alliance, which got a $100,000 grant. In 2020, the Art Alliance lost their curator and its Fired Works fundraiser exhibit. Funding for the Macon Arts Alliance gallery will go primarily towards a curator position and operating and marketing expenses for 2 years. Special gallery exhibits open every first Friday and feature established and emerging artists who work in a variety of media. This month, the Art Alliance put together a Black History showcase. And speaking of Black History Month, I want you to check out this story coming up in a few minutes.
I've seen tons of art and artifacts coming to the museum, most often through donations by people in the communities.
The Tubman Museum is celebrating Black History Month with an exhibit that highlights Macon's 2020 protest for racial justice. Still ahead around 6:47 a.m., I'll explain how the Tubman hopes these murals will restart the conversation on racial equality here and ultimately lead to a permanent remembrance of past victims of racial violence.
I'm looking forward to that story, Wanye. Well, if you are looking for work, look no further than a job fair in Macon. The Middle Georgia Regional Library says they're hosting one today. It's happening at Washington Memorial Library in Macon from 3 to 5. You will get the chance to meet with representatives from organizations like the Macon-Bibb Human Resources Department, Groom Transportation, and Mercer Dining. Time is now 6:36, and if you are headed out to work or anything today, just make sure you give yourself some time. I think all three of us were running a little late this morning.
Yes.
And having to sit there to defrost our cars was not fun.
That's right. You know, and I was so proud of myself because I actually was moving faster than normal. And I was like, man, I'm going to head out the door early today. And then I walked outside and the frost completely ruined all of that. Yeah, it did take, I don't know, about 10 minutes or so to get my windshield completely clear. So give yourself maybe an extra 5 to 10 minutes to head out this morning. Now, something else to note, we have a special weather statement for the area. That's indicated by that light yellow color. Now, the blue color that's closer to the coast, that's a freezing fog advisory. The fog is definitely on thick out to our east, but here at home, it does remain possible that fog will form, especially as we get closer to sunrise. So I will keep you posted on that, because what this is, the reason we have this special weather statement is because if we do have fog form, because of how cold it is, below freezing out there, that could cause some problems on our bridges and overpasses. The fog could actually cause for some ice on those bridges and overpasses, causing for some slick roads. Thankfully, it doesn't look like we have any fog across the area. We'll be keeping an eye down towards Montgomery, Telfair, and Wheeler County, but notice you could see the dense fog indicated by the purple colors out where that freezing fog advisory is. Again, going to keep an eye on it, but right now, if you're getting ready to head out the door, all you need to know is there's just going to be frost on your windshield, not on the roads. So as you're getting ready to head out the door, like these people along 75 here, it's cold. 28 in the city of Perry. Area-wide, we're generally in the upper 20s and low 30s. 28 in Macon, 30 in Warner Robins, 29 in Gordon, 28 in Milledgeville, 29 in Forsyth, 32 in Montezuma, 28 down in Eastman, and 30 in Rochelle. So this morning, the coat, couple extra minutes, if you're like me, a nice hot cup of coffee to just warm your soul. Now, all you students heading to the bus stop, same goes for you. Coats this morning, and then as you head closer to your recess hour, you might still need a light jacket, but temperatures today are going to top out in the low 60s. So for the ride home on the bus today, it will be a lot more pleasant. You just got to get through this morning. Although I know there are a handful of you students who are lucky enough for your parents to be able to wait at the bus stop with you. Be sure you have those seat heaters on, have the heat up in the car. Now today, all of our sunshine, thanks to high pressure. That's going to dominate the forecast. Our front, that is currently off the coast, so that's where all the rain is going to stay. And as long as high pressure maintains control, which it will through the rest of the work week, what does that mean? Lots of sunshine and warmer temperatures. So as we head through today, tomorrow, even into Saturday, high pressure is going to start to push off the coast, still maintaining its control, but in a different way as we head into Saturday. As it pushes off the coast, wind at the surface will come in at the south-southwest. What's that going to do? Put us under the influence of the Gulf of Mexico. Temperatures Saturday, upper 60s. That is going to be a treat. I know a lot of people probably going to be celebrating Valentine's Day on Saturday. The forecast will be great for it. Cold front will move in on Sunday. That could offer us maybe a small rain chance as we head into Sunday afternoon and evening, but it does look like if you have any Super Bowl plans for Sunday night, the rain should clear out by then, but it will be cold and windy Sunday night. We'll head into next week for Valentine's Day, cold as well, with temperatures in the upper 50s Monday and Tuesday. In the meantime, enjoy the sunshine and 60s as we go through the rest of the week.
This week's My Teacher is Tops wants her students to fall in love with learning. Stick around, the surprise is coming up next.